Welcome everyone, Game Camilla here, back at you with a friend of mine, Danzik. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, Camilla. Glad to see you.
I'm doing pretty fine myself here. I'm really excited for the Super Mario 3D All-Stars, and the other day took a look at it with Super Mario 64 with my friend Palace, and today I want to be deep diving in Super Mario Sunshine. And this is pretty interesting for me because the copy that I have here, I've probably legit haven't played in over 15 years, so this is going to be interesting.
Oh, so you have the original GameCube one.
Uh-huh, yep.
Man. I
Player's
was just a
choice.
fan of the GameCube discs. Look at that.
I
Even this cutscene here is like a nostalgia bomb for me.
I guess I underestimate, I'm not aware that Nintendo GameCube had Rumble, or I remember it had Rumble, but oh my goodness, it's just like rumbling in my hands. Like, what's going wrong? What's going on here?
They made earthquake machines in their controllers, and it was just a default. It was default now. There's your Rumble.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
You know what's crazy about the GameCube controller is the last ever since the GameCube controller has been compatible with the system. Oh yeah. Yeah. The Wii, which I'm playing on the Wii right now. That's what I'm recording from, because that's like the easiest way to get component cable hookup. Because the GameCube ones is like really, really expensive.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Wow, man. Just like, because right now I'm on vacation and I'm, calling in right here because while on vacation up in an area undisclosed, but just like looking at this opening scene, like the water physics, like the way it looks, the sun, the sign, like even with all the gunk and stuff here, it's just like screams a good time right from the first second of the game. Like you're on vacation, like you're like having that kind of like, man, I'm in the sun, I'm in the surf. It's just a good. This game has always had a good feeling at its core.
It's really bright and colorful. Like, I know it's been a long time since I've played this one, but I always remember this game being like super bright and super colorful, and just super like, I guess, happy. Kind of a comparison to like Super Mario 64, where it's all about that kind of wonder and excitement and exploring and that, and Sunshine had a lot of that from what I remember.
Oh yeah, like 64, I mean, that was the first 3D platformer, so the feel of wonder of like what's behind this painting, what's behind this, was just like the huge selling point for the 64. But once you already had it fanned out, and now at this point you've got like every company in the world is throwing out mascots left and right and 3D platforms for them. They're like, what can we do to really like stand out for that? And it was just like, we're gonna show the power of our new system. The fact that it can hold better frames, it's got better color saturations, it's got a wider variety of like just system components to make sure it runs well. And then they just made like, you already know what this game is going to be like. You played 64, so we're just going to make it an even better time.
Yeah, this game I think came out in, let me check, I think it was 2001, wasn't it? 2002.
Yeah, close.
Yeah.
6 years after Super Mario 64.
So, and between 96 and 2002, there was a lot of 3D platformers. Some of them not so good, but some of them really good. I mean, Crash Bandicoot was, was really good.
Spyro, Banjo-Kazooie. Then there were other ones like Gex and Tasmanian Tiger.
That actually just got I think got a few more ports to Steam lately. The older ones, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, they've just been like reporting out old 3D platformers like crazy.
Well, there's a lot of people who have never experienced it again, and that's why I'm really stoked for 3D All-Stars. It's just because for what you're getting with the 3 games, there's just gonna be so much content there. Maybe, you know, maybe not to somebody who's played, consistently plays the game all the time. Like, I guess, there's a lot of people who still speedrun, especially Super Mario 64.
Oh yeah.
But for someone, there's a lot of people out there who've never played it. I talked about in the last vid, there's a lot of people who have a Switch now or that come into my streams lately that are, like, the average age is like 15. So they weren't alive when Super Mario Sunshine was around. They weren't.
Yeah, no. Like, even like when I'm relatively young. I'm in my late 20s, and like even this game had come out in '6. So I was technically 3 years old when this game came out. I didn't even get to play it till I was like 5 or 6.
Oh wow, yeah. I think.
Or it was 64. Yeah, not Sunshine, 64.
Yeah, 64. I think I said I believe I was 11 when 64 came out. 10 or 11.
Yeah.
No, 11. Yeah, it was definitely around 11 or 12, actually. Forget my own age. That's how you know you're old.
Now.
So, like, Sunshine, when it came out, I was in the middle of high school. So it was quite different.
Yeah, so like, because I missed out on 64 when it first came out, it didn't have. I mean, it still was it was a magical time when I finally got my hands on it. I started playing it. That was like the late 90s, almost to the 2000s. And I would play this game non-stop along with Ocarina of Time, and Hey You Pikachu was fun. Pokemon Stadium for the mini games. There's a lot of those games like that. But as far as like, if I want to consider what my first 3D Mario game was, it was Sunshine. It was like, it wasn't the first one that I played, but it was the one that I had like a cognitive memory of playing, and that I could actually not be like, haha, Mario jumpy, go jump. And it's more like, oh, I could do this, or I could try and explore this, and I can actually like play the game and think about it at the same time, instead of just like giving in like the kids watching a flashing screen on the TV and just being happy with it.
Yeah. I think I got Sunshine. The one I have is a player's choice, so I think it was a couple years after it came out. I had my GameCube at that point for a couple years, and for some reason I had not gotten around to Sunshine. I was heavy into like Sonic the Hedgehog at the time, so I was all into those 3D ports there, Super Monkey Ball. So I was having a blast with my Nintendo GameCube, but I didn't get Sunshine at launch, but I did get it within the first couple years.
Yeah, I didn't get my GameCube at launch either, because my parents were one of those, no, you don't need to be wasting your time playing video games, we're not going to buy this for you. And then eventually kind of give in on Christmas and be like, here's your new console. So I got my GameCube, I want to say 2 years after launch, and the games that they got for me was Super Smash Bros. Melee and Super Mario Sunshine. And as someone who had a few friends who would come over and we would play Melee a decent amount, and I liked the fighting game, and I like Super Smash Brothers or Smash Brothers 64, I played a ton of Sunshine. It was like my favorite game until I started getting, my other ones like Pikmin and Pikmin 2 and Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, which really kicked me even further down the whole strategy RPG.
Such just a random thing. That is such an expensive game right now. I would love to see them port the Fire Emblem games over.
That's seriously one of my favorite like storylines as a Fire Emblem game is concerned. I mean, I love Three Houses, and that's my new favorite story. But like Ike and the Path of Radiance, and then the Wii's sequel, Radiant Dawn, were just like my favorites at all times. But also, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I can't tell you how many hours of my life I wasted on that game alone, just doing Chow stuff.
Yeah, I played that game so many hours. That might have been one of my early most played GameCube games. That and Super Monkey Ball. I played a lot of Super Monkey Ball, but I was all up into those Sega platformers here. So I guess what do we have to do here in the beginning here? Because it's just literally unlike Super Mario 64. Even though I had not played that for a minute, I don't remember.
So you got to go to the town square. So taking a right up here with Peach. You got to clean off the main monument. over here. Yeah, all that brown stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You gotta do that to unleash the Delfino statue, Town Plaza statue that has the first world. And then immediately after you come out of the first world, you have to face your arch nemesis of the game, Shadow Mario.
And even now, there's a lot of people who don't particularly care for Sunshine as much as the other Mario games.
Yeah, I watch a lot of speedruns and I watch like a lot of stuff, and people always have the same thing about this game in particular, and Sunshine in particular, is that it is a happy game, it's a fun game, but it feels less mechanically free than 64 did, and 64 just has its fans and everything. And I mean, I kind of agree with this because the addition of Flood it does add a few new mechanics, but this game overall is very easy. And just in general, it's very easy to beat. And that kind of takes some of the fun value out of there, especially for me, because 64 was a lot harder of a game to complete than a light game to actually beat, just because of the way the system works. And Flood's kind of like your assist mode, your baby easy mode. Like, you couldn't make the jump. Why don't you use your jetpack and fly on up there?
So what's your favorite 3D Mario?
I have to say it's Sunshine. I like 64, it's a close second, of course. No, I do like Odyssey.
Odyssey might be my favorite.
Yeah, I'd say Odyssey is my favorite, but Sunshine's second and 64 is third.
Go to the big windmill. First level.
Ah, man, the memories. This whole level is something that I still remember so fondly. But this also kind of leads credence into why people don't like this game compared to the others, is that this game also didn't have that many levels to play through. In total, it only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It only had 8 levels.
Well, technically, Super Mario 64 didn't have a lot of levels compared to Super Mario World, right?
Right, yeah, because Super Mario World had, well, they used the same kind of thing that the original Mario did, which is you've got 3 or 4 levels in a world, and then you go to the next world and there's 3 or 4 levels in that. So, but even if you're looking at the size of the games in general, Mario 64 had something I think of 12 or 16 worlds, each with 6 or 7 stars apiece. And
yeah.
Sunshine only has 8 worlds with about 6 or 7 stars apiece.
I know that I know the DS version added quite a bit to the DS thing,
to the original game.
Yeah,
because they added mini games, they added other little small worlds, and then they added the new edition where you can play other characters. And you started with Yoshi, and that kind of made new new ways to play the game, and that kind of refreshened it. Which is why I like the 3DS version of Super Mario 64 a lot.
Yeah, I like the DS version. But like I said in the last video, a lot of people, I've come to find out years later that there's a lot of people who don't particularly care for it.
Yeah, I don't understand why. It's Super Mario 64 with more content.
It's the analog control, lack thereof. It uses the D-pad.
That is true.
Nope.
Good dodge.
What's really cool too with the Switch is not only are you getting these 3D Mario games, but we've had Spyro, we've had Crash Bandicoot. Oops.
Yeah, this generation of consoles has put so much love and effort into remastering the old games that we're seeing a lot of these old games coming back.
And I know there's a lot of people upset that they're porting a lot of stuff over, but I'm getting that a lot from the older audience. you don't realize that there's a lot of people who've never played these games, and just because a game is old or older doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad game. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's a game that should be played. There's a lot of games that should be played from yesteryear.
Absolutely. I think everyone who wants to know more or wants to play a solid 3D platformer should play Mario 64, despite the graphics. But also in the same band, like I'll take Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I said earlier that I spent so many hours playing it and loved it. I can't go back and play that game for that long now because the mechanics of it were so janky. The system itself was so glitchy.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these old games had a lot of those things, and like I've gone back and played the original Crash on PlayStation, and I've played the remastered version. The remastered version plays so much better than the original, and people were like, I talked to my friend about it, and he was like, "No, it's not. It's better on the original. The port sucks." I'm like, dude, this game's pretty solid. I can actually like control Crash. I'm not like
yeah. The original Crash was a hard as hell game. A lot of
the controls didn't work.
Crash 2 and Crash 3 fixed a lot of that, and
sure.
a lot of the port is based off that Crash 2, Crash 3 mechanics here.
Even still, with what they had and what they offered like this game is a beautiful piece of art. When it comes, like it doesn't look bad at all, even now, and that has a lot to do with the cell shading they use for a lot of their games in this time period.
Well, remember when Wind Waker first came out and how many people hated that?
God.
And because of that, it's aged so much better than
about every Zelda game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the reason they were mad about Wind Waker was because of the Zelda release they showed when it was like that super gritty, dark Link fighting Ganondorf video. It's like oh my god, this is super realistic, and Link looks like this badass knight, and he's like one-on-one fighting with Ganon, and then we got cartoon.
So I talked about this in my last video. For someone like myself, when I played 2D games for a long time, and that actually tends to be my forte in terms of action games. I remember when I first played Sunshine, I actually had some difficulty with it. Because, I had not played a lot of 3D platformers at that point. I played Spyro, I've played Crash Bandicoot and stuff like that. But it's a lot different now, whereas like the younger generation's grown up on 3D games.
Yeah, 3D games is the norm for the new generation, and our modern children and everything.
It's that jumping.
Yeah.
Edie, you okay there?
So, like, real quick, here's another thing about Sunshine. It introduced so many new characters that are now staples. PD Piranha is one of the big ones. He's now, he's in, all the sports games as, an option. He was a boss / now he's a final Smash in Smash Brothers. He's like a memorable little, actual, villain. I even, re-upped him in Galaxy as, a dinosaur hybrid.
I guess I got a spray in his mouth.
Yeah, spray in the mouth before he vomits. And then, there you go. Just keep spraying and spraying and spraying until he's full.
I can see why there's some people who, again, they weren't ever comfortable with the cannon.
Yeah, it's a little jarring. Especially when you have to stop all your momentum in a Mario game and just, aim. There you go. There, still got it. But you can also do a tornado jump here in Sunshine, which is a fun mechanic.
How do you do that?
Just start spinning your control stick in circles rapidly and then jump.
Oh,
and then you can spray while you're doing that, and you can just start clearing out sludge and everything so much quicker. And even that was that same mechanic eventually led into 3D Super Mario World or Super Mario U, or the new Super Mario stuff for the Wii, because like now they have the tornado jump as like a staple, and that's in the Mario Maker games as well. So Sunshine introduced a lot of mechanics, and that's why I appreciate Sunshine so much. Is that it built 64 built the frame and made a solid game, and then Sunshine did so much to improve it, despite having FLUDD.
With Galaxy, it was a little bit of a, okay, here's the mechanics, but it's not overpowering what Mario does. Whereas I feel like a little bit in Sunshine, it feels like the FLUDD mechanic is a little bit too overpowering. Like you said, that it stops momentum at times.
Yeah, you have to stop momentum to aim it. It kind of makes you... Part of the joy that people felt in 64 was the platformer. You can triple jump, you can wall jump, you can do all those sorts of things. You can do it now, but if you miss the jump, then you're like, oh man, all right, let me try this again. But the FLUDD kind of removes the player skill aspect of it, because like, oh, I missed the jump. Let me just hover the rest of the way, and I've got no. It's a good crutch that some people who really like the challenge aspect of games, like I do, are just kind of like, well, this kind of ruins the challenge. If I miss the jump, I should have to go back and restart and do the jump again and just be better.
Like the 2D Mario games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Mario Maker on the stream and that, and you know, that is, you know, there's a little bit of leeway in the like new Super Mario Brothers series to kind of get out of jail free, but there's a very fine window. Like, you have to have some skill to get out of that get out of that trouble there.
Yeah. But just imagine if Mario Maker had the FLUDD. It would just make it kind of pointless.
Imagine they do something like 3D Mario Maker. I want to see something like a proper like 2D Zelda Maker.
Yeah, I was about to say that, like a Zelda Dungeon Maker would be so good. Like they played with it in the new Awakening DX. But I wish they would have done more with it, because that one was kind of. It was
very basic.
Yeah.
But I would love something like that. Okay. So this is where we start getting the climbing.
Yep, that was a new fun mechanic they added, that they kind of expanded out of Super Mario World, because there were grates you can climb on, and you can punch the grates to go on the backside of them. But then they kind of like brought this over into the 3D world, and it was super fun. Here comes another awesome boss that we've been seeing, like as another returning villain, so to speak.
Yeah, let me pull this thing.
Oh! Gooper blooper.
It has some real gigantic bosses in this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. Cheat.
Yep, so when he swings at you, you just jump up. Yeah, and you can just jump straight up normally. You can still jump on his tentacle, and then you can pull the tentacle off. Or yeah, you can also just grab it.
Oh, you... What?
So like, how messed up is this for a boss fight? You're just ripping the tentacles off a squid.
That's disgusting!
Yeah, and like the wiggle, yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, it was a game that definitely showed off all the polygons that the system had.
Oh yeah. And now you grab the cork on his face. Yeah, just keep pulling.
Look at the eyes turn color.
Nice. Bam! Now you rip the cork out. Go back up.
Nope. Got your news.
And bam! Every cutscene in this game is just so pretty regardless. Although, now that I'm older and also enjoy speedrunning and things like that, I was like, can I skip these cutscenes, please? I'm trying to get through this.
So that'll be all for today for Super Mario Sunshine. We've been playing it for like the last hour, and I've had a lot of fun with it. A lot of like rediscovery with this game. Certainly a lot of new mechanics. I've appreciated having you, Danzik, here help me along. Otherwise, I'd be like lost for a little bit here.
Yeah, no problem. I love this game. I love the Mario games, and I've got a pretty wide variety of knowledge from all the games to be able to help people out.
Yeah. So we're all excited for this. Danzik, where can we find you on the internets here?
You can find me over at twitch.tv/DanzikStreams, where I do a wide variety of streams: platformers, RPGs, Dungeons and Dragons content, speed runs, especially Majora's Mask Randomizer. And next Friday, when this game comes out, I will be doing a live stream of a blind speed run of Mario 64, and then later Sunshine as well.
Yeah.
Also, you can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/DanzikStreams. The handle is pretty much everywhere: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's about everywhere.
Yeah, I'll be definitely streaming this as well next Friday. But I'll be going with Super Mario Galaxy, which is a game that I'm really excited to play. And next, we're actually going to be taking a break here. But for you guys, it'll be like 2 days till you see the next vid. But in the next video, me and Danzik, we're going to take a look at Super Mario Galaxy for the Wii. And that's going to be exciting. That's going to be an adventure there. And with that said, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with us and reminiscing about Super Mario Sunshine while I bumble around and fall into the paint here. But we'll catch you next time, guys. Have a good and wonderful day. And the other day we took a look at Super Mario 64. And today I got something in my eye. What the hell?
It's called nostalgia. For Super Mario Sunshine.
Like something literally flew into my eye. I don't know.